room to know that he still knew her. She had to watch him carefully because that moment disappeared just as quickly as it came. Often he was silent, offering only a furrowed brow when confronted with even the most basic questions. He didn't know how he was, or if he enjoyed lunch, or if he thought it was a nice day outside. So mostly she just talked to him. She told him things, how she was, how their daughters were, how their lives were progressing, their accomplishments and heartaches. She told him about their grandkids, and even a bit of gossip about the neighbors. He never offered anything back, but he never acted as if her talking bothered him either, so she just talked on. There was a simple peace in just being together, side by side, just as they had spent the past 50 years. It didn't matter as much as one would think that one of them was no longer who he had been. It was okay because there was a quiet understanding that only people who had nurtured a marriage for 50 years could understand. She tried to explain this to her daughters, but was almost sure none of them understood it. She prayed that, in time, they would understand, because when they did, it would mean that they too had successfully grown a marriage. 50 years is a lot of lifetime, she would tell them. Sometimes you walk side by side. Sometimes you take turns carrying each other. Together we're still complete. So, you saw your father? She tried brightly, shaking the snow from her boots. He had drifted off, but her question brought him back. Yes, he answered with the slightest smile, as if savoring the memory. It had been years since he had smiled. His smile had been one of the first things to go. The sight of it warmed her and brought back a flood of old times. For a moment, he seemed not so far away. She decided that it was her Christmas present, a touch of a blessed past, a glimpse of the man she called her husband, the way that she wanted to remember him. For some time she had had to struggle to remember him the way he was then, instead of the way he had become. But here it had been delivered to her without a struggle, like a present, and on Christmas Eve. So she decided that he too had gotten a Christmas present. Whatever or whoever he had seen, he thought it was his father, and it made him happy. And that was good enough for her. They spent the rest of the afternoon pleasantly. They chatted in his room for a while, and even though he didn't respond, he seemed to enjoy what she told him. They sampled Christmas cookies and eggnog in the living room. They watched a good bit of It's a Wonderful Life in the TV room. She remembered how he loved Jimmy Stewart. Good, clean, and wholesome, he used to say, just like people should be. She encouraged him to make a craft in the group room, but he seemed confused at the idea of gluing rigatoni to cardboard. His Italian blood forbade it, she joked to herself. At 3, she helped feed him a Christmas dinner of roast turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie for dessert. His hearty appetite was one thing that never changed. Finally, they returned to his room. Gently, she stroked the little hair he had left. I guess I need to be going, honey, she told him. I need to get home to prepare Christmas Eve dinner for the girls. She checked her watch. I still need to get to Rocco's Deli, she explained, and pick up the pecan salmon I ordered. It's as good as ever. She knelt down beside him. Let's pray. Holding his now frail hands in hers, she recited a prayer. When she was finished, he looked back at her with a childlike innocence. Prayer always seemed to calm him. She felt guilty leaving him. She used to check him out of the nursing home for the holidays and take him home, but the last time she did, he almost fell, and the time before that he seemed frightened to be in unfamiliar surroundings. So she felt it best to leave him be. It was a decision she always wrestled with.